I picked the short version and it came up too soon. So I'm off guard, completely off guard. Hello, hope everybody's doing well. Hanging out with the pandemic. It is Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. And I know this day because this is an anniversary of a death. And for some reason, those days stick in my head. Um, as you can see, I have not had my hair cut, unlike the people on TV that are sneaking haircuts. And we all know it. We all know that you're sneaking haircuts because you should be looking like the TV anchors in the first Batman movie when Joker poisoned the water supply with nothing able to go in your hair. You should be a mess, but you're still looking good. So we know you're sneaking. Everybody's out there sneaking. It's a beautiful day in this area. Weather's nice. Nobody's outside. That's not true. Not a lot of people are outside. It's a very interesting time. Been having very interesting discussions with people about what's going on. And what I'm seeing is that everybody is used to their place in the universe, and there's different rungs of the ladder. And I see people bringing up things about, well, people shouldn't be getting this, or these people shouldn't be getting that. And they're just talking about different people getting different things. Well, now it's changed a little and they understand because they're experiencing it. You have people that never had to deal with unemployment saying, I can't believe the hold's so long. Well, the hold's so long because, look, in all honesty, they're busier than they've ever been. They're 10 times busier than they've ever been, literally. So give them a break. I mean, yeah, they're not doing it perfect, but I don't know I could do any better given what they're dealing with. Unemployment's waiting. There's different ways online. You can try peak out different hours. Go to gethuman.com. They give you some notes on how to get through the sites, and their tricks work. But we all got to get out there and be a little more tolerant, be a little more acceptant. I see people talking about people getting what used to be food stamps is now called SNAP, I believe. And somebody was saying, oh, well, the people on, they just take advantage of the system and they use it to buy stuff. Yeah, I've known people that have done stuff with it, that they've used it to buy stuff that they shouldn't have so they could get the money back. But they used the money for gas. They weren't using the money. I agree that you shouldn't be able to buy anything that's a vice, tobacco, alcohol, beer. You shouldn't be able to buy that. But there are things on the list that people don't realize. People that are adamantly against people getting those benefits don't realize that you can't buy. Vitamins are on the list. Vitamin supplements are on the list. That's ridiculous. You can't stay healthy. Medicine is on the list. I can't stay healthy. Hot foods or prepared foods. And a lot of foods that are cold are prepared foods. So you can't get those. So they limit you very much. The problem we have is really simple. The people that are making decisions don't have any firsthand experience with the topics they're making the decisions on. That's it, plain and simple. They are out of touch. They are out of touch. I should not be making a decision solely on what somebody who's 19 does in their life. I don't have that knowledge base. I could be part of it, but I shouldn't have the final say in it. We always put people with the final say that are out of touch with it. And if you want to look for the greatest example, look at the people signing bills on women's reproductive rights. It's always the same thing. A room full of old white men. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We need to make sure that everybody has a say in what happens to their demographic, which leads to fill out your census, do your census information, and register the vote. Primaries are coming up. Register the vote. Get your voice heard. I'm not saying who you should vote for, but you should vote. That's how your voice is heard in this country. You vote. Don't let anybody take that away from you. People died, so you have the right to vote. People died, so you have the right to have civil discourse. So you have the right to agree to disagree. Don't let them be taken away from you. Don't be tricked into thinking that our rights are to go out and act like a fool and cause chaos. Those aren't rights. Those aren't rights. Those are just fools running amok. but vote and get your voice heard. I've said it before. Set up something on one of these mediums or something. Because part of getting through this thing is faith. And, I think it was Martin Luther King has said, you don't have to see the whole staircase the same to take that first step in faith. And I think people need to keep that in mind. So go out there, reach out to some people, educate yourself, become smarter, become a better part of society, learn something now, get better at something, and make the world a little better. When this thing is over, let's hit the ground running. Come out and shoot, fire it on all cylinders. I will catch up with you guys a little later. I see notes here. I always forget to read the notes. It says you can't buy somebody confesses sneaking haircuts. A lot of people have been doing it, confessing to sneaking haircuts. Somebody else said you can't buy hot food. Yeah, I think I said that. You can't buy hot food. You can't buy prepared food. It's ridiculous. So you can't buy the Acme fried chicken that at the end of the day is $5, which you can take that, make it into sandwiches, and then you can make it into stews and soups. And now I'm talking like an old Depression era person. I get so weirded out. I'm not used to anybody watching this. And yeah, somebody says it's being made by old white men who can't or wouldn't have a child anyway at that point in their life. So they're out of touch with the world. Now I'm being asked to do a show on second rights, concealed carry. I don't think the person asked that would agree with my opinions on Second Amendment concealed carry. I think that we really need to have I think education needs to be a part of the process. And I don't think that everybody has flat out the same right to carry a gun, because I don't think everybody has the same responsibility to gun. In the same vein, I don't think everybody should be able to drive. And they say driving isn't promised in the Constitution. I get that. But I think due to the changes in technologies with guns, it's incumbent to have more of a responsibility to secure your weapon and be educated on your weapon than you had before. This is written when they talk about single shot muskets. And if you want to do stare decisis and adhere to the letter of the law in the spirit that it was written, it should be supported for single shot muskets. But that's not what people are fighting for. People are fighting for the ability to have semi-automatic weapons for hunting. And that goes beyond the scope of the Constitution. It breaches the doctrine of stare decisis. So don't get me started. See, I could talk on almost anything, any topic. I'm told you can buy a cold Wawa hoagie, but you cannot get the Wawa hoagie toasted. But a cold hoagie is a prepared food. So I think that's a letter of the law thing. I think should everybody be able to have a gun? Maybe everybody gets a musket, but then you got to qualify to go above a musket. And don't even get me started with cars, because see, now you got me going. And with cars, I think that everybody should get a version of that Little Tikes red and yellow car to start out with, and you should elevate up from that as you get talented, so that we can just spot who is a bad driver by the cars and what they're driving. I mean, now we do it. When we see that minivan with the dents all over the sides of it, we kind of stay away from it because we know. But, we would we'd be able to tell who can and can't drive. There's a lot of things that were rights that were fought for in a different time that need to be evaluated. We really need to look into them and see how we update those rights. Freedom of speech with this medium is a right. I think you have the right for freedom of intelligent speech. I don't think you have the right to say anything you want and yell it out the window. But how do you what's the metric for that? How do you meter it? Uh, uh, and there's just so much waste in the world. There's so much misunderstanding. There's so much, people want to fight over things. And what they don't realize is that whether you support guns or not, the fight is being kept alive by the people that make money off of the support of it or the lack of support of it on both sides. That's where the money's being kept alive. The people that are profiting are keeping it alive. The people that gain financially, be it as simple as through their salary up to kickbacks, are the people that keep uncivil discourse alive. That's something you learn when you get older. If there ain't no profit in it, they ain't gonna do it. And the people that are standing there at the end of the day working something out with you are just working it out. If you want to know what somebody's cut from, see what they do for nothing. See what they do to help. See how they volunteer. That's how you find out. That's how you find out. And I see people making intelligent comments, and one of my friends just popped on, and he gives moron comments again because he thinks he's funny. But I'd be happy to get a couple of you guys on here and talk about Second Amendment and just solve the problem. That's what we should do. We should solve one problem a night or one problem a week. Second Amendment, this or that, and we just go on and solve the problem. That would be what I'd like to do. Even if we just solve it in our own little world and show the people that are making the big money that can't even get a goddamn mask on their face or do anything right, it seems, that problems can be solved. When you don't care who gets credit, when you don't care about the money involved, you can solve problems. This chaos in us, whether it be from responses stuff to pharmaceuticals or whatever, it's being kept alive because there's profit in it. You take the profit out of something, evil starts to go away. Evil is fostered off of profit. Evil needs green to grow. You take the money out, evil will start to go away, and good will begin to shine again. I'm not getting all biblical on you, and I'm not saying that's the only reason, but you think about that. Really, really think about that, and you'll see. I went over the amount of time because people keep saying stuff. I got one taker for the Second Amendment thing, and maybe I really wish I could get some of my friends on. I have friends that are conservative, friends that are liberal, friends that are middle of the road, on to have a civil debate about something without anybody thinking less of each other. And I think I could in some instances, but in some instances, I think it would be a nightmare. People are just so visceral about fighting about everything. It's gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad. And one of the reasons I'm sitting in a room talking alone is because I don't worry about any lip service, anybody get back. That's why these people sit alone in these rooms and say things. I'm hoping that I'm at a point where I still have some wisdom to offer without being so, pigeonholed that I can't see other opinions. There's some things I can't see other opinions on. For instance, all music that is different from the music I like is what I like to call crap. Okay, that's crap. That's like universal law. Any car that was made after I hit a certain age is also crap. That's my pigeonhole, and that's my comfort zone where I automatically go back to it. And I'm half joking about it, only half joking. But some people just see it. If it's not their way, it doesn't work at all. So maybe I'll put a shout out. Anybody wants to come on and have an open forum debate? Let's have an open forum debate. We'll pick a couple topics and see where people go. But I'm really not interested in people that are just staunchly one way or another. If I know, that's one of the things I hate about social media is that I look on it and I can tell if I see a name, I don't like it when I can tell this is going to be against this person and pro this person. Or if I see and I know that they're going to slam this person or not slam this person, they're always so predictable. I like it when people I like it when people are a little unpredictable and they go beyond themselves. And yeah, I would like to get a couple people on there. I would like to get a couple people on and talk about it and see a mix of people, dare I say, a diverse mix of people. Most of the people I know that tend to lean towards conservative will debate more than the people that tend to lean towards liberal. But I think it's because they're used to being so visceral, but there have to be, I mean, kindness and decency would have to be part of the thing. You'd have to be respectful of each other. But a little discourse and you just put somebody up on the screen. I could do all that. The technology is here now. I have this whole newscast thing set up that I can do. It's absolutely amazing. I've been doing more and more of it with missing persons, but you can actually do adult news. I think adult news should be 15 minutes or less so that you have time to go to the bathroom at the beginning, at the end of the broadcast. And I think it should just be kind of short. It should be, and I say 15 minutes or less, it's like cross the 60-minute mark, but it should be, here's what's going on in the world. Here's what's going on in your world. Here's the weather. Here's the sports. And here's a pretty picture of a puppy. And here's a smoking hot person giving the weather. Notice I didn't say gender, something for everybody in there. I think that, that might be a good idea. Yeah. Maybe what I'll do this week is anybody who wants to participate, drop me a message and let me know. I want to get the right people. And like some people I don't want on at the same time. I would like to split them up between two things, but it'd be really interesting because you don't know the dynamics of a conversation between people is so much better than a monologue like this because you don't know where it's going to go, and you have like a virtual round table. A virtual round table. That'd be really cool. That would be interesting. And I see somebody who would throw a monkey wrench in the debate because you would think he would go another way, but he doesn't. And whenever he speaks about his views on guns, I shake my head because that's not what I expect from him. But it would be interesting. It'd be interesting. Enjoy the weather, enjoy the day, get outside, spend a little time outside. UV radiation helps with this. Salt water supposedly helps with this. They're spraying this mist of salt and water and other things inside all these emergency response vehicles to clear them out. I can't wait to hear about the big pre-rusting of vehicles epidemic we have in 2 years and wonder where all the rust is coming from. You can't just spray salt water on everything. Take a car to the shore and you'll see. But I'm glad I did this today. I was going to continue a break. I was just tiring out. I'm glad I did this. I had to I make sure every day. And yeah, I am wearing pants. I'm wearing pants. I make sure that every day, no matter what, I'm not one of those people who goes around in sweatpants or whatever. No, that's when you get up, you get up. You got to do a thing. I get up, I pick out my wardrobe very carefully. I try to mold it to the theme of the day, to how I'm feeling, to how the weather is, and I work on it, and no one believes that, and I realize that no one believes that. I will, a debate. I like that idea, a debate. I could do it on here. I can't do it on my radio show. Let's do a debate. I was worried this wasn't coming over Facebook because my Facebook account had a problem, and I may be getting a problem with some kind of hacker. I may have angered someone on the Asian Peninsula, or perhaps just a local fat furry guy. Don't know, but there was a problem with my account, so I wasn't sure if it was going to get through, but clearly it did. I don't want to name him by name, but I am going to tell somebody to kiss my butt right on here, and he knows who he is. His initials are Rich Coin. So everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, and if you're interested in doing a debate, I would welcome it. I would welcome it, and all takers, and we just pick them and we break it down in a couple, and maybe run it for an hour debate. It'd be good. And yeah, hopefully I like different people on a debate. I like some diversity, so you can learn about each other and you can see different opinions. But yeah, let's do that. I'll come up with some ground rules. Send me some names if you're interested, and we'll do that. And as always, I enjoy talking to everybody. Enjoy the time. Appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.